Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is part 11 of A Surge of Desires. Enjoy. Just then your friend appeared and grabbed you, while her 4 cousins grabbed Denki. All hell broke loose, and you didn't see what happened next because she got you out of there quick smart, but you could hear Denki screaming for you, and also screaming about fixing everything up by taking care of him. It was a whirlwind. Before you knew it, you were back at her place and safely in her room. You were shaken, badly shaken, but otherwise okay. But now you were concerned for the safety of your ex. I have to call him. I don't know if Denki knows where he lives, but if he was able to find out all of my locations, then I'm sure he's got a good idea of where my ex lives. Yeah, call him and warn him. You're going to have to because we know what Denki's capable of. Just then the 4 cousins arrived and the eldest came to the room and knocked on the door. Oh, hey cuz, how's your friend, eh? He asked in his strong accent. She's good, where's the guy? Your friend asked quickly. Boy, he's quick. Hey, slippery like a eel. He took off on us. He's got a bike, so we tried to chase him, but he just slipped down the back alleys and we couldn't fit, because Tungi here in the back seat is frickin' heavy, bro. At that point, poor Tungi yelled out to defend himself. Hey, it's Jumo, man, not me. To which Jumo had to call out as well, leading the conversation away from its intended route. Boys, I don't care whose of yours mamas is the biggest. Tell me which direction he was going. Towards town, the eldest said. That's all I know. I have a bad feeling about this, you said softly, pulling your phone out to ring your ex. This is going to be an awkward call. You dialed the number and held your phone to your ear, wondering if he was going to think you were calling to get back with him. The phone rang out and you tried again, getting the same response. Oh, this isn't good, you said nervously. I can feel something bad's going to happen. Drop the addy, eh? We'll go, the eldest cousin said from the doorway, still keen to get into mischief. Oh, it's not a bad idea, actually. I'll come. I need to explain things. Okay, drop me your location when you get there and let me know if you need police and I'll send them, your friend said. Nods of confirmation were shared and you bustled yourself off with her cousins to go and pay your ex-boyfriend a visit. Denki was blinded by rage and hurt. Unable to make heads or tails of his feelings, he had just jumped on his bike and headed for the address of your ex. He had stalked him through his Instagram and had located his place pretty quickly. It'll all be better soon. It'll all be better soon, he kept reminding himself. His hair whipped back off his face as he tore down the back streets, wolf fur from his costume flapping wildly as he flew along. The man was on a mission, and pulled up out the front of your ex's place in no time. Jumping off his bike, he strode to the front door and knocked. He could hear footsteps coming from inside the house and braced as your ex opened the door and smiled at him. Hello, you look familiar, your ex said happily to the deranged-looking Denki. Yeah, I am, Denki said with a slight snark to his voice. You've seen me before. Now, let me place you, the ex said, thinking hard for a second while Denki stood there, fumes pouring from his ears, fists clenched. Oh, at the college. The classmate of Yin. Wrong, Denki snapped. I'm the boyfriend of Yin. She's mine. The smile faded a little on your ex's face. Boyfriend? He said softly. Yeah, that's right. She's my girl, and she has been since the day we met. Denki lied, but to him it wasn't a lie, it was the truth. The God-honest truth. He had loved you the second that he had laid eyes on you. I see, your ex said, trying to keep his happy demeanour, but it was hard. You really had been the love of his life, and he had taken the breakup pretty hard, although he smiled through the pain. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? He then asked, stepping back as Denki stepped into the house. Well, you see, Denki said in a loud voice, gesturing widely to no one in particular. She's mine, and she knows she's mine, but she can't commit. Do you know why that is? Your ex had no idea, so he shook his head. Because of you. Me? Yes, you. If you're still around, she can't give herself to me. It's logical. The answer is logical. Your ex wasn't following and tilted his head curiously. You need to go, Denki said darkly. Go where? Your ex asked as Denki started walking towards him with an evil smirk on his face, his hands up in a position that indicated that he was going to strangle your ex, little electric shocks jumping from his palms. Your ex suddenly cottoned on then, and quickly ducked and ran, but Denki lunged at him and grabbed him around the waist, shocking your ex and himself, and making your ex fall to the floor like he had been tasered. Don't move! Don't move! Denki growled out, grappling on the floor with your ex-boyfriend. From inside the car, you were sat between the 2 big boys at the back, one hand on each of the shoulders of the seat in front, giving directions on how to get to your ex's house. Step on it, Hucky! Tungi said from the back, encouragingly. Brew, your fat ass isn't helping, Haki replied, planting his foot and skidding around a sharp right-hand turn. You gripped your hands onto the fake leather seats and grit your teeth. Hey, Fast and Furious style, the passenger laughed, holding onto the door as he let his whole arm out the window, hanging on. Up ahead, he said, pointing to a house up ahead on the right. Your heart plummeted into your shoes when you saw Denki's bike out the front, and the front door of the house was open. No, 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 you chanted fearfully. Call the police! Call the police! You shouted, barely waiting for the car to screech to a stop before you barreled out the back seat. Denki, don't! You screamed as you ran up to the front steps and up into the house. There was blood all over the floor, and you gasped and covered your mouth, eyes searching for the two guys at the helm of all this. You came, Denki's voice said as he stumbled towards you with a knife in hand. Stop, you shouted. Drop the knife. Don't come any closer until you drop the knife. What knife? He asked, holding it up and looking at it. Put it down, Denki. Denki, it's okay. Put it down. Denki slowly lowered the knife to his side and then let it fall to the floor. Where is he? You asked in a shaky voice. Who? Denki asked. Just then you heard a feeble cough from behind the kitchen counter and your heartbeat went wild. Denki, what did you do? You asked softly, voice trembling. I fixed the problem. You can commit now. We'll be together forever. Come here, you said to him, opening your arms. He stumbled forwards and fell onto his knees, so you quickly walked to him and let him grab onto your leg. The way he held onto you was like a child who was afraid his mother would leave him, and it broke your heart. He needs help. We need medical help, please, you begged internally. Final chapter tomorrow. I'll see you then. Oh, and don't fall off that cliffhanger. Just take a step back. Okay, bye.